Hello everybody. What we're gonna do today is continue some of the stuff that we were doing yesterday, which was to review people's entries for different contests. Let me double check that I'm on properly. Looks that way. I see me's. And we're back in one of the houses that we looked at last time, Sylvan Sweeps, because I missed something pretty big in here, and so I wanted to go back through and show it properly. But first, let me announce the streaming, and then we will continue on doing our thing. The new house is available. There's also a crown sale available. Both are good things. Although I'm not a huge fan of the new house. I understand that some people are more into that aesthetic than me. Vampy isn't my thing, yo. But do what you will. I'm sure I'll be visiting some of them shortly, because there's some people who've been waiting with bated breath for it. Okay, here we are. Sylvan Suite. Here we go. There is like a treehouse section, and what happened was that I missed it, and Sylvan went back and was kind enough to add markers, like see the blue crystals, to make it more obvious that it's here. Here you go. There's a two-parter. Here is the bedroom. What am I seeing flow? Oh, it's a dragon. Which would get very wet because unfortunately there is no proper roofing on that property, on that greenhouse. I don't know why they didn't fix that. I don't think they will fix it either. Oh, bunch of follows. Thank you for the follow to Relyarin Navrethi and Selena Ainu. I think I said that yesterday, but I may be wrong. Oops. I turned off that alarm. I don't know why it went off again. Hey, Maldorin. I don't know why that went off again. That should not have gone off. Okay. Someone painting from up here. Yes, I was just informing everyone of that. And here's the treehouse viewing station, which is quite nifty, in Sylvan Sweeps property. To be honest with you, I don't really care about Bastion. It's not my thing. But I understand that a lot of people do, and it makes a lot of sense. All right. So to continue with the DDA contest, eventually I'll get there. Housing's Finest contest for I Want to Live There. Our next person is Sea of Stars, who actually won the contest for the Nord, the Bethesda contest for the Nord entry. Here's their Hall of the Lunar Champion for I Want to Live There. Now, if you want to go see it in person, I believe it's still up at Amaya on PCNA. All of the houses I have toured, all of the Bethesda winners, and they should all be streamed. They're all on live. You can always link to my streams if people contest that to you, because it's a lie. They are all on live. I have viewed them all myself. So look at this. Hall of the Lunar Champion, beautiful entryway. Hey, Ari, how's it going? I've got wow, Hall of the Lunar Champion. This is, you know, I shouldn't be surprised by how gorgeous this is, because obviously Sea of Stars has some serious talent in order to win the ZOS contest, but this is really stunningly beautiful. Look at all the little... I mean, I don't even know how she made... It's like a maze in here. But a beautiful maze. I'm afraid I'm gonna get lost and miss certain things. Turned around or something. Alright, back through here, but then a different way would be this way. Oh, wow. There's so many hidey holes. I'm not sure I'll find everything. It's like a maze. How could you? How could you make a maze? You know, stabbies and mazes don't go together. That looks really good. I like that roof of red with the hanging wedding lanterns. That looks fantastic. Look at this place. It's like an enchanted glen. I love that. I love this. The water going through the stump. Oh, wow. This is gorgeous. It really is. This is gorgeous. Look at the way that arch is picked up by the trees. That's really gorgeous. Smooth corners. Pig in a tub. I'm not surprised she had to close off all of the entrances and exits for the specific rooms, because there's so much detail in here and it's so layered and so much so rich in detail that it's just, I can't imagine that she would have been able to do this without closing off portions. So that's gorgeous. I'm not surprised Sea of Stars did something this beautiful. I adore it. It's gorgeous. The next one for Housing's Finest is Tigress Furies. Oh, you know what? There's like a name after this, so let me go to Budang's, and then we'll take it to Portal. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. The other thing is, I don't think this has been updated yet. I want to go see, make sure that the new member of the month has been properly changed, but from the looks of it, it hasn't been updated. Now, I know that Budang, yeah, it hasn't been. Budang has intended to, so something went wrong. It's possible because there were like 2 or 3 updates to EHD, so it's possible that something got skipped or messed up. So I'm going to try to get a hold of Budang and tell her that the stuff there isn't fixed. Also, I let her know about these 2 portals. Both of them are supposed to be working, so we can either try to go to them directly, or I don't know. Because I don't know whose this is. Novera's Sisters of the Sands. I don't think I don't have permissions for that one, so I can't visit that one. That's all right. The next one is a Hundings. Tiger's Fury 64. Tiger's Party Palace. Swimming Pool Grotto Lagoon. Rock Climbing Challenge. Tower Observation Gallery and Stock Tiki Bar. See, this is a lot like the idea of what I wanted to do, which is held the contest for vacations. You know, get away from COVID-19. Let's have a vacation we can't have in real life. So essentially, Housing's Finest did exactly what I wanted, and so I'm seeing houses along those lines, which is great. And very pleasing. So, Chrysaea posted new cobbles on the forums. These include food this month, or this showcase. She continues to update the old ones and will add new ones. Is that supposed to be a cross? I wonder if she's showing her faith, or if that's just artistic. Nothing wrong with it either way. Oh, that's smart. Using the dragon head as a spigot. So here's the link to the cobbles, the most recent cobbles. And please tell me if I'm being dubbed over with, you know, Ghostbusters or any other song. Also, Chrysaea and I are more than willing to post for you if you should need us to. Oh my gosh, where my stuff is actually meeting at 11:30, actually happening. Oh, great. Yeah, so definitely go and post them. If you don't have an account, we'll post them for you, or you can request a PIN number from customer service and they'll let you use to get access to the forums. Unfortunately, it's a rigmarole to try to get access to the forums. They need to send you a PIN. It's all sorts of really just crazy shit. I also have an episode on cobbling food. Oh, look at this. Tiger's Fury is here. Oh, how pretty. That's lovely. Nice fish tank. Let's see if she's seeing. That's beautiful. What was I saying? Okay, so I will have, I will be streaming, but I do have a work meeting today at 11:30 my time, which is an hour and a half from now. So just FYI, there's, she's being nice to me. She says she likes my stuff. And I said, thank you. I forgot to mention 600 out of 600 on this. It's beautifully framed. Oh, you know, Ari, your cobbles are insane. They're so good. They hurt. Oh, look at this. This is very natural. Usually when people add some sort of connection or stairway here, it's always a little bit like you have to kind of squeeze across or something, but this is so well done. It's nice. It's slick, I'd like to say. Very slick. I don't have my meetings. Usually my boss cancels them minutes before, but he did say he's gonna have one today, so I guess I'm doing that at 11:30. So we've got the little resort, like she was saying. At least I have you guys beforehand. This is unusual, and I like it that it's unusual. Usually when people build a resort out here, they don't really use the tents. But these are really good tents. And I use them as well, or try to, or did, in my old, oh look at this deck. And a pool. Okay, so we've got an inverse pool too, with a nice floaty float. Is this a diving board? I guess this could be a diving board, but I don't think it's intended to be. I think it's more just a place to look out at the pretty view. If I didn't finish the sentence and you wanted to hear the end of it, let me know, because I am not braining today. The brain is not functional. Pretty little gardening over here. You know what I would do, Tigress? Maybe a little glowy plant or something that draws the eye to. Otherwise, you can run right past it, or a light, or something. Some way to draw your attention to it, because it's quite nice. And I almost missed it because I'm a little out of it today. Hey, I don't mind deep pools. there's more up there in the tower. That's pretty. I love these scraggly trees, the ones that are like over the water. This is a great usage, both with the lamp and you've got the snick. You see the snick? Just perched. Isn't he cute? I don't normally like snacks, but he's in a cute position. And we've got a little walkway with all the pretty plants. And you get to see the pirate ships off in the distance. Such a great property. Really is. Oh, see, this is exactly what I was thinking, and this was great. So you've got the light right next to the sea grapes, and you've got your turtle here. So it definitely brings your attention to the fact that there is a turtle here. And here's another light for, you know, looking at the pretty plants. And we've got another little pool, but this one is more for gardening. I think they used it for instead of, you know, like necessarily a pool. I think our Argonians would love this little pond pool thing. Keep them nice and moist. Oh, there's the rock climbing challenge. Yeah, pass. If any of you want to go and try her contest here, it's Tigress Fury 64 on PCNA. It's her Hundings. Feel free. It's open right now, and you can come and try her her contest. I think it would be fun. For some of you, you really are jumpers and you love that stuff. We all know that stabbies don't jump, so unfortunately that's not for me. But the rest of it is. So gorgeous. I hope I didn't miss anything. If I did, let me know, and I'm always willing to come back and correct my mistakes. So. Alright, what's next? Selkie. Okay, so those are the two that we hadn't viewed yet in Housing's Finest. The other ones I had actually seen before, so, which means that you guys did. It's on the stream. So what I'd like to do is actually go to the rest of the BMW contest ones. I think that there was no official tour of these, so this will be the first time anyone sees them, unless maybe J Hart went or something like that. So we're going to go to Selkie DVM, who came in first place with their Cyrodiilic. So this Black Market Bears, which is a PCNA guild, and they're a trading guild. So this is just like a side thing that they did, and I helped judge it with two other people. Teza, I think, was one of the judges, and the other one was, I forget. Can't remember. Now, the difficulty with this one was so many of them were so good and so close to each other in their prettiness that, or their summariness, or their clever ideas, that it was hard to just pick one. But they were all very similar in quality, so it's hard to say anything. Look at the fox next to the fox. Isn't that cute? No effects. Full-on items. Little summary spot out here to eat. All the plants. And then when you get inside, you have this. And I think this is really what put it over, is the interior is just so lush and not lush, elegant and rich, that she did a phenomenal job on the, or she or he did a phenomenal job on the inside. Really, really good job. So pretty. I will be right back. I need to grab my coffee and a quick brio break. I apologize so early on, but I just inject coffee at this hour. Has anyone heard what the next event is supposed to be? I haven't heard personally, and I was kind of wondering. The next one came in second place. This was Fayar's Sleek Creek. And in fact, they had a nice little detail that I submitted to Chrysaea that's currently up on the forums. Oh, let me give you my Discord also, Discord information, because there's a lot of information up there. Lots of notices about things you should know, like crown sales, or, you know, this house is available. Contests are all, I try to keep all of them in one place. And then there's a lot of ideas and other stuff and whatnot that you can check out and enjoy. But for the most part, it's a social area too. But it's a nice place to get housing help, and I keep all my EHT videos and all of my building videos there as well. Plus every single back episode I try to upload there. So check this out. I'm not sure which one I rated what way, because there were 3 judges, so it's possible that I did or didn't make this one first. It's impossible for me to know. I don't remember. But look at those lamps, those hanging lamps next to a fabricant tree. I'm a big fan. A crafting event. That's wild. I've never heard of that. Maybe it's a new thing. And you would come fish here, and look at these guys. Aren't they clever? The terns, or herons, or whatever the hell they are. I forget the name. And then we have a nice little sitting area with storage. And a kitchen area with a zombie. Hello, Azabi. What's up, Azabi? I'm trying to see if I have anything I was supposed to give people. It does not appear so. Little treasures here. Very Redoran. Not Redoran. I keep wanting to say Redoran for Redguard. It's Redguard, not Redoran. This is closed off. More treasures being hauled in. Flowers on the ends of the things. But this is the lighting that I sent to Chrysaea as a cobble that I thought was really cool. Especially at night. It looks like party lights. Different colors. It's just, they're glowy and pretty, and it's a clever idea, and I think we should steal it. Especially if you want to do something small, like a dream shard. But I like how they made all of them the same size, pretty much. They might. That's a good point, Tactical. Really, that's a good point. I hadn't thought of it, but it sounds logical. Alright, so we've got some machinery inside. and they've re-skinned the roof and some of the walls by creating a second room. Here's that music box, the new music box. It's almost like a museum in here. Aren't they though? They are. They truly are pretty lanterns. I'm trying to do the net. Okay. In a moonlight. It would be nice to get them on sale. The next one is the winner of the large category, which is In a Moonlight. Their Moon Sugar. It is also, like the second place, Ferret Law, it's a carnival. Now, these two came in super close. I mean, you could switch Ferret Law and In a Moonlight and have them, I mean, their quality was so close that who knows, it could have been just a decision of half a point that we weren't even. And she came in tied for third, and it's quite a lovely house. That's her Princely Dawnlight, I think. But here we go with Teo Emodi's. Look how summery, right? You walk right in and get hit with summery stuff. Like I said, all the winners really got the summer feel down. And you'd be surprised how hard that is. It's not as simple as it sounds. It's like you think throw a few flowers. Well, flowers don't always mean summer. And I'm not sure that it, you know, some people just did like fishing contests or something like that. And to me, like a fishing competition would be a summery thing. So, you know, it really depends on what your definition of summer really is. But look at all the little guarlets hanging out in their little guar grotto. Guarlets. Well, so it took some thinking, you know. Is this summery? Is this not summery? I tried to keep an open mind. But then you have this, you know, you can sit under the tree. The only thing I would add now is maybe a book. You know, so you could sit under the tree and read by the light of the lamp. If you like books. And then you've got this little area up front. I'm curious to know if other, like true housing people, like people who are into housing, not just people who buy a house and then never decorate it, you know? I'm talking about people like us who like to decorate houses or are just real enthusiasts. I'm wondering, do we think that in general that Bastion is a decent house? Because I don't really think so. It's not for me. A little wedding area over here. Uh-oh, was there a fight? I have a feeling that more people who are builders don't really love it because it's so restrictive. Yes, exactly. Exactly. You're so smart. It's exactly true. That is my feeling on it. It's so powerful. It's going to be next to impossible to work against the house. And I think that not everyone wants a vampy house, so they'll all, you know, I think what you're saying is true. It'll all come out pretty vampy, and if you're not into vamp, you know, what are you going to do with it? A lot of people wanted more mushroomy kind of thing. You know, they wanted a more Black Reachy type house. I hope we might get it. I doubt it, but I'm hoping. Look at how well this is done in interior too. They carried the summer theme inside as well. And then putting the matching crystals into the Jester's tree. Me too. Oh God, yes. I've been building my house for it. I think Antiquarian is the opposite. You can do almost anything with that back. You know what you can do with Wraith Home Swine Creep? a lot of people build up to that purple area, like the purple, what's the word, gases swirling and whatnot. And people build, like, will ignore the entire bottom, build up to that top part, and the view is incredible. It's actually gorgeous up there. It's the one place I might even, you know, personally, if I did it, that's where I would build. I think it would be easier to do an evil Psijic than it would be to do a bright bastion. Now, I've seen bright erstwhiles. It probably could be done. But have you guys toured just how enormous it is? There's no way you're going to be able to brighten the whole thing. I just don't think you could. Even if you brighten some of it, it's not all going to be brightened because of the problems with limitations. I'll show you what I mean after this house, because this is just beautiful. I'm really glad that they did well. Yes, 6 Alaric is talented, but even as big as erstwhile is, and the ability to close pieces off and whatnot, I still think that this will be harder. Unless you close off the whole house, which is a possibility. Look at that. Isn't this very summery? I think so. I'm going a little fast, but that's because I want to go to the bastion and show you what I'm talking about. I apologize. Yeah, but you'd have to limit where you put it. I'll tell you what my ideas are, because it's going to be difficult, I think. Harder than it looks. Because, okay, so here, I think it's going to be much harder. My only thought is that you could possibly, I mean, how are you going to cover that? That's enormous, right? Even if you cover it, you can't cover it all the way up. Not with reasonable amount of slots. So if you just decide to build out here, somehow you're going to have to cover the whole view. And then you could use this waterfall if you wanted. Oh yeah, it's dumb as rocks. Well, yeah, absolutely. But, I mean, if you wanted to lean against it, this is not a bad spot. You know, like this waterfall section is probably one of the best spots to brighten it up or fight it. Then when you go inside, I suppose look at, you've got the same problem with the really high ceilings, but it's just so, yeah, someone did on streams, I forget what it was. I know that during PTS people did, but I think they've changed the limits. So I'm not sure if they're still the same as what it looked like in PTS. Because they had to make a lot of changes in this on PTS, because they even forgot the doors. So, I mean, I guess you could go brighter. You've got, I think you can go over here into these mushrooms with magic carpet, but I don't remember. But I honestly don't remember. But you've got multiple sections here. Now this is beautiful, isn't it? If only you could build over there and just say screw the rest of the house. Okay. And then there's this portion. Now this is only one little bit of it. Go back up the stairs and jump over the barrier from there. This may be difficult for stabbies. Yeah, I don't think stabbies are good at this. Oh, there we go. You're right. So you can, in fact, build in this section. So that would be cool. But you have to build all the way to it. I mean, or cover up everything up until it. Wow. Holy shit. They really do let you build pretty damn far out. Look at that. That's where the pathway is. Yeah, you can't do the whole thing. I don't know. I didn't try. Whoops. I think that's about as far as you can go. I don't see the front gardens. Probably on the other side, yeah. Now, this, just keep in mind, we haven't even looked at the side room and their halls yet. This is all still just going up the main halls. Consider for a moment how you would possibly fill all this. I just don't think it's possible. Don't know how far you could get over here, if you could. All right. Here, and then how far out can we go here? I'm guessing that's about it. Wow, you can build down. I gotta admit, I'm kind of shocked at this buildability here. But I still think it would be next to impossible to do. Holy shit, am I low? I did not expect to be able to do that. Anyone a better rock climber than me? So, there you go. Those two side bits probably could be built on really well. If you just want to, like, only do that part, you could probably just have arrows or some shit leading up to it. Now, second side. Then you get this room and you're like, oh, is that it? No. Then you get this room. That's not it either. Then you get this view. And you can go here. It's enormous. Yes. I think all of us housing people fell in love with that antiquarian house for different reasons. People are like, "You're not going to use the house?" No, I'm not going to use the house. Trust me. I'm not going to fucking use the house. uh, this is insane. Totally. No way is that going to work for me. All right, BMW. What else? What next? All right. Ow. Audio mommy air summer. Yeah. Ow. Oh, I know what this one is. Audio mommy. Just a moment. Just a moment. Okay. Next is going to be Audio Mommy's. Wait, no, that's Grand Sijic. We just did one. Okay. Dragon War. It's hard to spell this, but this is a. They didn't win, but it was. I seem to remember that it was actually pretty good. Daggerfall. Mm-hmm. That is my theory, yes. I think it's really unwise to go with all these huge ass houses when you have a limitation. Because all you're going to hear is more people saying we need more item slots. Go start making smaller houses again. People are happy when you give us smaller houses. People are demanding it. Alright. We've got Dragon Warrior 2. Look at how summery and pretty this is. Surprisingly, for a Daggerfall, this is a little bit working against the house, because this house is a little dismal, but it's easier to work against this house than it is, say, you know, Erstwhile or Bastion. Lots of pretty flowers. And some really naughty cliff striders. Cliff striders? I think they're cliff striders. Yep. I don't know what the thinking is with that. I really don't. It almost feels like it's that they're, I don't want to say schizophrenic, but a little bit. Because on the one hand, you have someone coming out with, okay, I'm going to have this huge ass, ginormous, unfillable property, vampy property that is going to be impossible to build against. But on the other hand, we're going to have this amazing antiquarian property, which we're going to let them build in the back, but they can just fill up the house if that's what they want to do. And it's a decent amount of slots for the size. Of course, I would always want more, but the point is that it's like two different ways of thinking. And then they give us the dwarven house, which is like nothing anyone wanted, because we wanted a dwarven house. I think some people did, but not that. Nobody wanted another frozen dwarven house. Thanks for the follow. Sweet Ames Tang. You know, okay, give us another dwarven house, but don't give us another frozen dwarven house. And I think a lot of people are upset because they think because they gave us another dwarven house, we're not going to get another one. And they wanted it to be different. So up here's all the trophy rooms and stuff. then we have building down here. All sorts of stuff going on. Chugga chugga. And then you have the two little, what are they called? Fabricant dragonflies. And I think that's it. Yeah, I didn't think there was anything out here. But I don't understand why they made it that way. Like, why? Aww. James 73. Let's write it. I do not have permissions. They changed their house. No, Serenity, derps. Stratton and Serenity are like the same house in my head. Well, for what it's worth, we were just talking about it, and I think you'd have a better chance of filling up Ebonheart than you ever could with Bastion. I mean, you could just... But the White Dwarven part is, like, teeny. You know? It's a tiny little portion of it. Oh, I don't blame you. Well, I mean, eventually you might want a second house. So this is another entry into the summary contest for BMW, and I think you'll notice that this is one of those kitchen sink houses that I talk about, where there's a lot of achievement items and fun antiquities and all sorts of nifty stuff all put together so that you could really see what the different achievements this person got. You know? I mean, what else are you going to do with all this stuff? I have something like that myself in my Lynchel. Hey, Leslox. But don't you think it's too small for that? How? I mean, you couldn't possibly do what Six Alaric did in that small space. I mean, Six built up pretty hard. We got a nice little kitchen here. Yes, Crown Sale and Bastion, both on sale. Sorry, I did post it in my Discord though, Swanks. I try to keep you all up to date. Alright, let's take a look at, since she's here, I think. Aries, wait, what am I doing? Aries Summer's here, so let's go to her. Oh wait, Captain Margot's. I didn't look, but everyone's saying it's up. It's on the ESO website, thank you. So this is Aries Summer's house. She is with us right now. Holy crap! You've done it again, lady. Look at that chandelier. I can't even tell what it all is. It's a lot of ivory. Nordic candles. Incense holders? Just the horn thingers. Wow. A barn wedding. Ah, you've done the 3-level thing. I like that. Oh, I see. And this would be the walkway. And this would be where you stand in front of the priest or whatever. Look at that florals. They look like wedding flowers. Dead on. And then look at those lamps hanging. Oh, has she seen these yet? Has Christy seen these yet? Because gorgeous. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And look at this, making your fireplace into something else. I really like this. I gotta take another picture of that one without my dialogue in it. There. Quite nice. That was what I couldn't think of the word for, antler plaques. This house is so hard to build for. And you reskin the walls in a way that makes it look like they're wainscoted. And I like the colors you chose. Beautiful. The round things. Those look like bowls or vases. Yeah. Upside, there's one on top and one on bottom put together to make a ball. Is what I think. That must have been so much work to get that precise. Beautiful. Thank you for letting me see it. It's probably the best redo of Margot's I've seen in a long time. Alright. What haven't we seen today? Let's go to Katrov's Spooky Pit Stop. It's a very clever idea. I'm not sure I would have thought of making a ball. Alright, no effects. 192 items. They did go with the spooky. They went with the spooky. Anyone want to work for me today? Because I really don't want to work. Just listen to my boss babble for a while. That's all you need to do. Nothing else. Just nod and smile. Nod and smile. Yeah. Sounds like a good idea. Same. What's your update, Karen? Same as before. That's all you gotta say. So we've got, alright, a spooky mount. And this is a great and useful item, this scarecrow. You can bury it in things and get crows swooping around you. There's treasure back here. And then the pregnant lady. Isn't it polite to ask her how many months pregnant she is? It probably is, isn't it? This is the grasping grave, who I love to use in funny ways. Think of the most curious and clever way that you can use that, and I think I'll love it. You can also bury this guy into the wall a little bit and then just get the bird. And we got noms. And if it says And a zombie, and eyeballs, and brains. Oh my. And then back here. Is this? No, this is the start, isn't it? Where's the water? She's like, it's not a baby. I'm just fat. I know I'm going through these fast today. I apologize. I'm just in a mood because of work, I think. More Gaming's Eleanor Crest. I always feel better after work is over, though. Like, after our meeting is over. Because I'm like, hey, I accomplished something! I'm a researcher. I work from home. Big history nerd over here. Only 104 items, so I'm going to run through this one super fast. It's possible they didn't decorate it yet, or they're in the midst of... Yeah, they're just starting. Why don't you give me a ring, should you fill it out further and want to show it off? I have a feeling, though, that you've got all the things. I would say move your Volendrung outside, otherwise it's just going to take up all of that space with that blinding light. Just a suggestion. Do with it what you will. Mrs. Mass 1128, St. Delans. Pain. I am a lawyer, though, but I don't practice anymore. I tried when I moved out here, but my health has disintegrated. In the years I've been out here, the 8 years I've been out here, I went from, whoa, this is, why am I running into these non-done houses? I'm looking for small ones. If not, we'll pop back up, but all right. We'll do a different Eleanor crest. We'll do Shenzi's. I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, I'm still glad I became a lawyer, but had I known my health was going to deteriorate to this point, I probably wouldn't have worried about passing the bar. Certainly not the California bar, which is the hardest in the country the year I took it. Woof. Oh, nifty. Is this a dance place? Actually, let me do that tomorrow, Shutterbug, because I'm going to probably end up having to cut this short because my work meeting, and I would end up rushing through your house, and I don't want to do that. I'm sorry. But I will do it tomorrow, I promise. What the hell did they make that out of? That's just that piece of that alchemy thing. Look how brilliant that is. Shenzi. That is so smart. Oh, and look at the containers all lined up nicely. They look like containers of stuff. Imagine that. Containers look like containers. Why does anyone listen to me ever? I'm a dumb arse. What is going on here? What is this? What even even... Look at that beautiful dress. Made out of those vases. Beautiful. Yes. And then they've updated this fireplace a bit. You think that's what it is? Dog bowls? Let me go look. Yeah, I guess so. It's just, this one looks bloody, doesn't it? I might use a regular bowl of food rather than the blood. Ooh. Ooh, pretty. Look at that cabinet work, too. Excellent. Really nice. And again, we've went over fish tanks. If you ever want to talk about them, I do have a video on them that can show you how to do it with the wigglies and all that. Nice bathroom, piston. Ooh. Ooh. Look at that. They've combined a desk with the dye thing here. I'm not even sure. Is this supposed to be more of a dye or is this supposed to be makeup? I'm having a hard time to tell. Oh! Oh, I like that headboard. Beautiful taste. And a bathroom with a shower. Look, they're using that apparatus hook again for the sprayer. That's really smart. Oh, that's gorgeous. Look at that. Embedding a painting into part of the wall? I'm not sure. Not sure what that is. But it's gorgeous. I'm not afraid to admit when I don't know what something is. Oh, desk. Gorgeous. Love the curved desk. This person is cobbling their little hearts out. Good job, Shenzi. Really. I love this curved desk. Oh, wow. What? Is this a theater? That all makes sense now. That's the theater company. We're making the costumes. And those are the box seats up there. That makes sense now. That's a really fun and creative way of doing it. And here's the backstage, how you get onto stage. I'm super impressed. That is so much fun. Let me see if there's a quick one left. Yeah, we can do Ozugas. We haven't done one of those. Let me see. Too cool. All right, we'll go to Azuga's House of the Silent Magnifico, and that'll be it because I have to go to work. Sort of. This was another entry for BMW. A rarely used house. When I have seen it, it's usually been used for, believe it or not, spas. I think I've seen more spas in the House of the Silent Magnifico than almost anywhere else. I guess it makes a good spa because, you know, it's all indoors. You don't need to have a backyard for a spa or a front yard. All right, we're gonna run through this one fairly quickly so I can get to work, but there's the monkey. Got an aquarium. And look at how nicely this is decorated, right? This was not, this wasn't a winner, I think, mainly because of the lack of summery in it, but it definitely was an amazing design. They did a really good job with making it an elegant, gorgeous, I need a new word, fancy kind of house, you know, with everything in the cubbies and pleasing to look at. Nice mixture of Khajiit and everything else. We got a bathroom over here. And look at that, huh? The only thing I might even add is get a waterfall and have it going over the pancakes. But even without, it's gorgeous. Nice little section for studying. And then you got your pupper. And then the bedroom. And that is the house, the house of the Silent Magnifico. And I think it's beautiful. It's a beautiful way of decorating this home, honestly. Alright, I gotta get ready for stupid work. I may be back later. I'm gonna try, depending on how much energy I have. And I deeply apologize for the short stream, but you know how these things go. For the lurkers, I gotta drop you off, so hold on a second. If any of you take off now, I understand, but the lurkers, I like to drop them into another stream because sometimes they're not paying attention and they're doing other things, and it's important to put them somewhere else. Alright. So they don't end up looking at nothing. If it ever loads. Great channel. Alright. Say hi to K-Pow for me.